Hey y'all, so happy Turkey Day if you guys celebrate Thanksgiving. I am back with another general message. I'm probably going to do about two today, or at least try to push out two. Um, you could be male or female. There is an energy that I got earlier in reference to you possibly being in college right now. What I got in reference to that is that there's something significant here about your finances. You feel like you don't have enough finances to pay for everything. You could have had a grant um, of some sort that covered your classes and books, etc., up until a point. I feel like your school could have recently notified you that this money was not going to be enough to carry you into next year. I do feel that since you have started school from the beginning up until now, you might have started out with one job, 111 on a timer, so you could be seeing that number. Um, but now you're finding yourself where you have to at least pull two jobs. I do feel for the most part, whoever you are, you have enough funds to cover the basics like your rent, your gas bill if you have that, maybe your car note, your utilities, food. Maybe on a good day you can cover enough food for the month, but it's like you're barely scraping by. You're barely um, making it. 144 on a timer I just seen, so you could be seeing that number. Whoever you are, you have been so stressed out to where it's literally made you sick. I feel like you could be suffering from like physical sickness, but like off and on. But but this happens when you overly stress. I do feel like whoever you are, there's a main goal that you're trying to get to. There's something significant here about you opening up your own medical practice. You might be going to school to become a nurse, a LPN or RN, or if it's not in a medical field, this is something in relation to law enforcement, forensics. You could be studying for criminal law. I don't get like attorney, but maybe paralegal. So it's either medical or law, something to do with law. Or there's also something significant here about psychology, or that could be your favorite subject to take. Either way, you've been really stressed out. I do feel also with this energy, you may have tried to put in more applications where you're trying to get more grants or more tuition, and you could have been denied for these grants, or it could be some sort of student loan, um, maybe through banks or something like that. Maybe a personal loan through banks, because I'm also getting that as well. But for whatever reason, you were denied. I do feel like there's positive energy, especially if you, at the end here, if you have been kind of stressed out about how you're going to pay for the remainder of school, or the school books, etc., school supplies, whatever, your tuition overall, like if you have been overthinking and stressed out, which I feel like you have, you're going to be able to pay for this. I feel like you're more so worried about next year, because there was something significant earlier that I picked up with this energy that involves next year. You're not so much worried about this year because we're almost finishing out the end of the year. I do feel like the money that's left within your tuition is going to be enough to cover this month, 444 on the timer, probably well into January or the end of January. Either way, it's not going to be enough to cover all of next year. Sorry, y'all. Something just popped up in my eye. Hold on. My bad, y'all. So, I do feel again, the current tuition that you have may not cover the rest of next year, and that's pretty much what you're stressed out about. I do feel like just even with the two jobs, you're barely making it, or just from a month to month basis. I do feel that overall, there's other things that are like that's currently stressing you out. I do feel like these jobs that you're at, you're not really fulfilled, to say the least. You feel mostly tired and drained by the time you're done with both. You feel like you don't have enough time to even enjoy and live life. 555 on the timer, so you can be seeing that number. Um, you feel like a lot of your energy has just been depleted dealing with all of this. I do feel like whoever you are, again, you could be male, female, put yourself where you fit here. If this resonates with you so far, 616 on the timer, just seeing. Um, I do feel like there's two different scenarios that could possibly happen. One or the other, really. I intuitively feel that you're going to be able to do another application. You could have already done this, but I feel like this is probably going to come up soon, where the school might give you this resource for another company to do an application, or you might go through another company to get some type of loan and you're going to be approved. The other thing that I get here, if that's not the case, I do feel that a this could be like a student that goes to school with you. I wouldn't say they're a close friend, but they're like an associate. Maybe they're in your class. This is someone that you have been acquainted with. Maybe not somebody that you really, really know, but you two hang out every now and then. It's like once in a blue moon. But you speak most of the time when you see this person in passing. You'll know who this is. This could be another feminine energy, whether you are a male or feminine. I don't get anything else outside of feminine. So again, if it resonates, this person is going to give you information of a person that has connections with a bank specifically, or they have like the finances basically to help you. That whoever this person is, that whoever this third party is that's going to connect you to this additional source, they are very well off in terms of finances. Um, they might be able to go ahead and help you, maybe like write a check for you. And I know this sounds way out of the woodworks for me to say, but one or two things are going to happen, and I really feel like it's going to happen this way because you have really been on your hands and knees praying to God that you can get this money to help you pay for school, that you can finish school so that you can become more financially free. There's a lot of goals you're trying to get to, but I feel like the main goal is for you to get this degree so that you can go into business for yourself. Or for instance, if you're trying to become an RN, that's a goal of yours because it means obviously pay increase. So whatever it is, whether it's medical or you're trying to get something in terms of like being tied to law enforcement, whatever the case may be, this is a common goal you're trying to get to. And officially, one day you would like to either open up your own medical practice or you want to go into business for yourself. Like you just, all you know is that you're tired of the 9 to 5, you tired of struggling, and you trying to see how you're gonna pay for this tuition. I do feel like one or two scenarios are gonna happen for you, whoever you are. So there's no need for you to stress. I feel like God heard your prayers. I feel like you're either gonna be presented with this the beginning of January or the end of December. There's something significant about that time frame. Whoever you are, if this message helped, I hope it did, and I wish you the best.